Hey everyone, Kevin Creighton with ShootingIllustrated.com. Today on Rifle Roundup, we've got a Springfield Armory Saint AR-15 and 5.56. It's topped with a Holosun red dot sight, and we've added a SureFire Scout Light Turbo. So Rifle Roundup is a new feature we have here at Shooting Illustrated, where we talk about some of the modern rifles and some of the things you might want to do with them. And to start things off, we're going to start with your basic AR-15. Well, this isn't really a basic AR-15. This is a Springfield Armory Saint, and it's got some nice features. So quite often I get asked, what's a good AR-15 for me? And then the question becomes, well, what do you want to do with your rifle? And that's a good question, but most people honestly don't know the answer to that question to begin with. So you have to start somewhere. And something like the Springfield Armory Saint is where I begin. It's got a 16-inch barrel, which means you can put your choice of muzzle device on top of it. It's got a collapsible stock, which means you can adjust it to fit your needs. It's got an M-lock handguard, which means you can put on any accessory you want on it. It's got a Picatinny rail on top of it, which means you can put your choice of sight on top of it. It's basically a one-size-fits-all type of approach to the AR-15, and it's from Springfield Armory, so you know it's going to be built well. The Saint is one of those rifles that really fits the Goldilocks option here. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but it's solidly built. It has everything you really want on your first AR-15, but it's from a company that has a long history of building really good guns. So if you're looking to start off in the AR-15 world and don't know where to begin, this would be probably something like this, where I'd point you to and say, here, get this, figure out what you want, and then swap things out as you like them, because with an AR-15, it's very easy to do. And speaking of changing things and adding things, the iron sights on top of the Saint are great. They're folding and they work really well. But eventually you'll probably want something just a little bit more. And that's where this Holosun optic that we've chosen comes in. The HS 510c is a good example of a modern red dot optic. It has a 65 MOA outer ring in the reticle, which is fantastic for close range shots, where you kind of want to get just minute of bad guy, not necessarily precision hits. It's also got a dot in the center that's 2 MOA, which works really well once you're starting to push it out to 300-400 yards. It's actually a really good all-in-one red dot sight, and you can augment this, by the way, if you want to add a 3x magnifier, which is also available from a variety of different companies. So you've really got just the best of both worlds with a modern red dot sight. Now there's some other nice features on this sight. For instance, it will adjust the brightness of the dot inside there depending on the ambient light. And it's also got a solar panel, so it helps you recharge the batteries and keep things going, so your battery life is really long on it. All in all, it really is a good example of what a modern electronic red dot sight should look like. And speaking of changing light conditions, for any kind of home defense gun, you really want to put a light on your gun, because you really want to make 100% certain that what you're pointing your gun at is something you should actually be pointing your gun at. The SureFire's Turbo Scout Light Pro will mount on either a Picatinny rail or an M-lock slot, and it's got 700 lumens, which is terrific. It runs off of either one 18650 rechargeable light or 2 smaller lithium cells, and it's made by SureFire, and they're one of the best names in the business. This thing will be around long after you're gone. It really will deliver nicely for you, and the beautiful thing about it is it's really easy to mount on your gun. You can adjust it to where it's easy to hit with your thumb or your finger, so it's really set up to be a perfect light for any type of defensive rifle. Hey, thank you for watching. For more information on the Springfield Armory Saint, this Holosun optic, or the SureFire Scout Turbo Light, be sure to visit ShootingIllustrated.com and come by often, because we do these videos quite often and we'd hate for you to miss one.